Hello again. Yes, this is a good time. Come in, have a seat. I'll join you in a moment. Anything to drink? Tea? Water? All right, suit yourself. Now, let's see that arm. How have you been since I saw you last? I know it's only been a couple of days. I just thought I'd ask. Well, good. Oh, I've been well. Thank you for asking. Bandage is off. This has healed very nicely. And you've still been doing your exercises like I showed you? Excellent. Please demonstrate for me. I'm going to keep my fingers here and here while you do so. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, it would seem you are free of me. These wounds are healed. Just be gentle on that arm for a few more weeks. Being that it's not your sword arm, that shouldn't be too difficult. And keep doing your exercises until all of that stiffness wears off. I know you know, but it's my job to remind you. You're surprised it's healed so quickly? Not to sing my own accolades, but I am good at what I do. I will be sad to see you go. I've enjoyed getting to know you over the last few weeks. And your companions, too. I should let go of your hand. So, what great adventure will you embark on next? You plan to head towards the capital in a few days. I envy you. Saphira is a beautiful city. Indeed, I've spent quite a bit of time there. Just out of curiosity, are you looking to fill up the free time until you leave Riverton? Yes, in truth, I could use your help. I need to go out and forage for some supplies. Most of what I need I can grow in my garden or buy in town, but there are a few things that are a bit harder to come by in the pasture lands. I usually venture half a day's journey to the mountains in order to collect what I need. Normally I would go alone, but I'm sure you're aware of the recent bandit attacks along those roads. I would appreciate an escort there and back. I would pay you, of course. You will? I'm very grateful. I was hoping to go tomorrow. Shall we meet at the stables at first light? I look forward to it. This is the place. We can leave the horses here. It is beautiful here, isn't it? What are we looking for? A few things. I need to collect some fresh juniper and pine boughs so I can extract more oil. I'm on the lookout for a few particular mushrooms as well. But you needn't worry about that. I'll gather what I need, and you can just stand there and let your presence improve the scenery. This is what I need. Oh, the oil from these pine boughs helps with blisters, hay fever, and rheumatism. The juniper is a favorite amongst folks in Riverton. It helps with stress relief. I try to keep a little bit on hand for them at all times. How did I get into healing? Well, I've always been inclined to it. Some of my earliest memories involve me looking after others who fell ill or got injured. I suppose the interest came naturally, so the choice to make it a profession was as easy as breathing. I did go to an academy for it, yes. I finished my courses, but only just. War broke out in my final year, and my classmates and I left as volunteer healers. Oh, look. It's a mushroom. Yes, I know it looks like a lump of charred wood, but it helps reduce inflammation and boost mental clarity, and I have some patients who get ill easily. Taking this regularly prevents them from falling ill so frequently. What? Yes, of course I use those mushrooms in my profession. I'm a healer, not a politician. I recognize what helps people, and I make sure they get it in the most efficient manner. But I don't collect those here. I purchase them from a reputable grower.
Kill the witch!
Bandits, look out! Please be careful. Try not to kill them. They can answer to the law later. No! Varaya Eldir. Now is not the time for questions. Just fight. Are you all right? Yes, I'm fine. Yes, that was magic. I know, I told you before I can't wield magic. It was an untruth, but one I only told to protect myself. Did any of them die? None of them? Good. Let me cast another spell to stun them, so that we have a few hours to get away from here. Sylph Faishe. Why not kill them? I'm a healer. I don't want people to die, even if they did attack me first. Yes, I was expecting an attack. That's why I hired you. I'm sorry I didn't tell you, I just couldn't. Please don't pry any further. What are you doing? The leader has a piece of paper in her pocket. Oh, please don't. Yes, that's me. Lady Guinevere, Alwyn. Former court mage to King Edmund and wanted dead or alive for the use of blood magic against Her Highness Princess Charlotte. And the second highest bounty in recorded history. I can see it on your face, you know the story. Suffice it to say that paper doesn't tell the full truth, but I won't bother pleading my innocence. You seem like the kind of person who can make up their own mind. So, Lionheart, are you about to play the noble hero? Will you turn in the rogue sorceress and become the wealthiest and most respected person in the kingdom? Will I fight you if you try to take me prisoner? I must continue my work, but no. No blood needs to be spilled on my account, especially not yours. If you feel that you must take me into custody, then I will go quietly. No, you don't need to question the villagers. They didn't know who they had in their midst. They knew nothing about me or my proficiency in magic. I hid my skills well, carefully imbued them into otherwise common tonics, or performed them subtly on patients. Yes, like you. Your neck was broken. My magic was the only thing that could save you. You would have died on my table if I hadn't. I just didn't want you to die. I'm sorry. What do you mean the story never sat right with you? You mean the fact that I was the king's closest friend and confidant for years, and had saved his life several times, just to turn around and try to harm his daughter? You are more perceptive than most. Oh, I did use blood magic on the princess, but it was an attempt to save her life. She had been poisoned and was fading quickly. I didn't know how to help her, so I thought to use a blood-bound spell to put her into a sort of stasis, to buy her time. The guards walked in as I was casting the spell, and the way it must have looked. I don't blame Edmund for ordering my arrest and subsequent execution. Yes, of course I ran, because I knew that I couldn't help her if I were dead. So I escaped, traveled days on foot until I reached a land where no one knew my name or knew of my deeds. I hid my magic, I helped people, and I've spent every possible moment developing a cure for her. Once I have something that will heal her, I'll approach Edmund, beg to set Charlotte free of the sleep I placed her under, and hope that he allows me to give her the antidote. Have I made any progress? Yes. No. Well, it's complicated. In my rush to flee the palace, I had the forethought to take the potion bottle with me, the one that held the poison. I was able to test the residue to identify most of the components within and develop a near replica of the original, which is currently an inert potion. It's missing one thing. I don't know. I couldn't identify the final item. It must be quite rare because I have tried hundreds of active ingredients to no end. And if you choose to turn me in, I suppose I'll never figure it out. If I went free, what would I do? Well, if they're looking for me this far away from the capital, then Riverton's no longer safe for me. I'd go back, collect my things, and travel elsewhere. Somewhere I could continue my work. What? Why would you offer to help me after I just lied to you? After you realized who I am? You'd just take me on blind faith? You're a good judge of character. I don't doubt that. But are you sure? I suppose you're right. The kind of person who would spare the lives of would-be attackers isn't likely to be the same person trying to kill a princess. Especially a princess who is like family. What about your party? Won't they want to turn me in? Well, if you trust them, then so do I. What do you mean there's something else? Oh. Well, if I'm being honest, I would like to get to know you better too. Let's head back to Riverton. I've got a lot to accomplish in a very short time.